Happy Sunday, XRP and crypto fans. Today we're going to talk about obvious price action with XRP because a move was made while I did my 5-hour workout yesterday. We're also going to talk about a big week in the markets as 3 events are happening this week that can make things move. We're also going to talk about Bitcoin ETF action more because I've heard 2.4 billion will be flowing into the ETFs, which makes you wonder, will that mean it's coming out of then native Bitcoin? Yeah, 5+ hour workout, running hills and doing hills on the elliptical nonstop. It was rough. And then I went to enjoy some Christmas lights, 63,000 steps in the day. What a good one. Tim Sawchuk drops in some support for the channel. Thank you, Tim. Tim says, thanks. Well, thank you, sir. Tim, I saw your comments and was glad to reply to them. Maris Vishtal says, there is no settlement and there is no settlement price. No kidding. I don't know where they come up with this BS, and yet people are upset at me for pointing out the obvious. Oh my gosh, everyone. Started off Bitcoin sitting at 43,998, 23.55, XRP 66.1. Good move yesterday. Didn't hold on to 70 cents. We're going to talk about that with XLM at 13.3. By the way, in about 10-ish hours or so, the precious metals markets will be opening, and you know we're going to be watching it. Is it going to pump like it did last Sunday? All right, we've got some deets out that you need to be aware of. VanEck forecasts a massive $2.4 billion into Bitcoin ETFs. The anticipated influx of funds comes as the cryptocurrency market braces for the introduction of spot BTC ETFs. These ETFs are expected to provide investors with the more straightforward way to gain exposure to Bitcoin, potentially attracting a wider range of participants. Now, couldn't you just buy Bitcoin directly? Yes. But what they're looking for is they're looking for more investor protection on the institutional level. Some of us out here are wondering, okay, cool. So if 2.4 billion flows into these ETFs, now is that 2.4 billion of new money? Are people going to leave their Bitcoin native token bags packed and keep it in there? Or are some of those people going to go, you know what? Bitcoin is a little risky. We might be able to parlay this over into an ETF. So then we got to ask ourselves, well, wait a minute. What percentage of the people in Bitcoin are going to take their native holdings and move it over to the ETF? Or honestly, is this all new money? If this is all new money, is that going to be good? But we got to watch for buy the rumor and sell the news. The bullish sentiment is driven by a growing demand for hard money assets, which are considered to be resistant to manipulation and interference by government authorities, particularly in the U.S. Bitcoin, with its decentralized nature and limited supply, aligns well with financial security. Bitcoin's historical resilience and relatively low correlation with traditional financial markets are key factors to its attractiveness. That's actually a really good point, that Bitcoin moves independent of a lot of the markets, which means a lot of people are using it as a hedge, and they're doing a good job with that. The crypto week ahead, as Bitcoin is set to hit that 45,000. Oh yeah, big week ahead. Check this out. Tuesday, CPI data. Got your back. We're going to be live streaming it. Hit the button so you don't miss out. On Wednesday, the PPI index is coming out. Essentially, if producers are paying more, they're going to pass the cost on to us. So if the PPI is going up, it transfers over into the CPI later. Also, the Fed's interest rate path will be influenced by separate inflation reports and jobs reports. And holy crap, yes, I've got more. And the Fed will release its interest rate decision on Wednesday. So you've got CPI, PPI, and the Fed. Holy crap. And this is all on the heels of BTC ETF action. Now, when we look at the price of XRP, look, yesterday, I got to be honest with you, I was totally enthralled with working out 5+ hours. I've got an ultra coming up in 3 weeks. Yesterday was all about running hills. I am completely just obliterated, but I'm going to run today because it's going to be a recovery run today. But while I was out having some fun, XRP started making moves. Phone getting some alerts. What I wanted to talk to you about, though, is this. Look at this, right? We got close to that 70 cent. Look at that, 69.8 in this candlestick, 69.7, 69.7, 69.8 in this one. So 2 times, right, for 2 15-minute periods. We were approaching 70 cents, but we could not hold it. Now, what's interesting about this is you can see after each one of those failed attempts, you can see a pretty strong candlestick to the downside, a little bit of support, but retracement more and more and more. Let's zoom out a little bit here, and we have to start asking ourselves, okay, are we going to erase this run? Was this another pump and dump? Now, Bitcoin has pulled back from its highs, and we know the market is taking cues from Bitcoin. We also know that Bitcoin and the Bitcoin ETF action is what's propelling a lot of this. At what point in time are investors going to be looking at buy the rumor, sell the news, where we're going to see more sell pressure happening with people thinking, you know what, I don't know if the BTC ETF will pump even more. With XRP, we saw that yesterday. They were sitting there, and the buyers and the sellers were like, yo, girlfriend, 70 cents. You ain't going to break it. And the buyers are like, no, we can do this. And the sellers are like, dude, no, we're going to take some profits. So you're starting to see some profits. And the obvious crazy resistance in the near term was 70 cents. Plain and simple. Now, if we could stick above 65, which you could see quite clearly on this move right here, check it out. Right there, look at that. 64.9. Like, it barely breached 65, triggered a whole bunch of buys right there to prop it back on up. So we're going to pay attention to that because right now we're looking at 65 as the floor, 70 as the ceiling. But remember, precious metal markets open up in about 10 hours. We've got CPI data, PPI data, Fed decision, along with BTC ETF decision. This is going to be one heck of a crazy December. Recovery drink. Trust me, it's a recovery drink. But I think we're all going to be pretty excited about this December, and there might be some volatility to make some juicy action off of. Now, the idea of buy the rumor, sell the news, look, you never know when the switch flips and the people start selling instead of buying. But what I got to look at is this. I got to look at these resistance points and how strongly they're rejected or accepted. I look at XRPs yesterday, a strong rejection at 70 cents. And hey, look, I was glad I was out running, not paying any attention to this because I probably would have gone crazy going, oh my God, yes, this is exciting. But then it got rejected at 70. But it did. It got rejected at 70. Bitcoin has pulled back from 45. But we got big economic data coming up this week. We've also got a lot of like oomph in the market overall. I'm seeing like Solana juiciness. I'm talking about TVL juiciness. I don't want to talk about Tron TVL, but I'm hearing some good things about that, even though that's totally fake in the funk. Justin Sun, when are you next? But the market overall is in a very interesting spot. Think of a year ago. A year ago, what were we talking about? Bro, everything's going to go to zero. Why? Because that was just post FTX time when everything was just melting down. Banks were freaking out. Government officials were freaking out. There were hearings in the Senate and the House, and it was like crypto is bad, blah, blah, blah. And here we are. Bitcoin near 45,000. XRP got close to breaching 70 cents yesterday. We're in a much better place. How much this optimism will keep riding us forward? Well, that just depends on some more data that we got. If we keep getting juicy data, the market's going to be forward-looking. It's going to stay forward-looking, and it's going to stay forward-looking to the bullish side. Buy the rumor, though, and sell the news is something, though, that is in my head, and I keep hearing that voice. And that voice is telling me, Klaus, just be cautious because no move has lasted thus far. And I could easily see a bunch of traders out there taking profits by the end of the year to make their books and finances look good. So let's just keep our eyes open, keep paying attention to all the news, but let's stay positive and stay optimistic. Now, today is a recovery run, nothing crazy. We're going to be running at about a 10-minute 40 pace, probably 11 minutes with the way my legs feel. But I'm going to be recovering from my crazy workout yesterday, and I had a blast in downtown Greenville last night. That's where all the Christmas pictures are coming from. Let me know what you're doing in the comments below, and let's keep our fingers crossed that we get more support at XRP north of 65 cents, and maybe 70 cents doesn't stay that ceiling as long. I'll catch you cool cats later.